Welcome to Inspired Body by Bell. I'm your host, Joyce Bell, LPN. We are excited. This is our first broadcast on health, wellness, and fitness, and we want to help anyone who wants to become healthier because I believe everybody deserves to have the body and life they love. Now, if you haven't done so already, download the app and tune in on Saturdays from 4 to 5 p.m. on Beat Break 87 FM. Make sure you go to www.inspiredbodybybell.com to check out the blogs. I've got some valuable tips, and you can follow my lifetime journey on Instagram at Inspired Body by Bell. Don't forget to check out my YouTube channel for the recorded podcast. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Inspired Body by Bell. I'm your host, Joyce Bell, LPN. I am super excited, as always, to share with every and anyone who wants to live a healthier lifestyle because I believe that everybody deserves to have the body and life they love. Now, if you haven't done so, please go to my website, www.inspiredbodybybell.com. Also, follow me on Instagram at Inspired Body by Bell. Tune in to Beat Break 87 FM Radio, the 24 internet radio service, from 4 to 5 p.m. on Saturdays. And then also, if you miss all of that, you can just catch me on Spotify under Health, Wellness, and Fitness with Joyce Bell. Today's topic is investing in your health. We are going to learn or actually dive into why you should invest in your health and how you can do it. And finally, I'm going to share with you how I can help you invest in your health. And you might not have even thought of it. Investment. Oh, invest in my health. Oh yeah, I think about my health. But we're talking about investing in your health. Now, before you even begin investing in your health, there might be some things that, well, actually, our topic today is investing in your health. We're going to learn, or we're going to dive into how we can invest in our health and why we should invest in our health and how I can help you invest in your health. Let's look at the meaning of the word investment. And most people, when you think of investment, you think about money. So our dictionary meaning is saying the investing of money or capital in order to gain profitable returns as interest, income, or appreciation in value. Now, I look at this as something more financial. It says something that's going to be profitable returns, such as interest. That would be interest on the income earned. Income, of course, which is the money that you're earning. Of appreciation in value, which means the more you get, the more you invest, and the more that you get in return would be what the appreciation is in value. Now, another investment is a devoting, using, or giving of time, talent, emotional energy, etc. for a purpose or to achieve something. And I think that's the one that we will probably relate to when it comes to our health. So, although the investment may not necessarily be monetarily, although for most things, because everything costs money, you're going to have to invest, but you can also learn and understand that you can use your devotion, give time, your emotional and energy towards your health, towards making yourself better. So that would be the second definition that we would use. It's called a devoting, using, or giving of time, talent, emotional energy, etc. for a purpose or to achieve something. Now, I think to achieve something is really simple. To achieve health. or to achieve better health, or to achieve health at an extreme level, as such as an athlete or some sort of action hero figure in a movie, which means they must look the part of what it is they say they are. Now, the investment for your health, if you haven't realized, you're going to pay either in the front or you're going to pay in the back. Now, with my history as a nurse, it's easy for me to share with you that on the back end it's usually difficult. For example, if you had not invested in your health, you hadn't been consistent in either making sure you did a meal prep, and the meal prep, of course, would be something that you decided. And I'm going to give you some examples for me. My meal prep in a week could probably be some tuna fish, maybe some crackers, wheat crackers that will go with that, Cornish hen, mixed vegetables, greens, a combination of quinoa and brown rice. And that can be something that I would rotate consistently. And the money that I've spent on it will pretty much be the same week to week. And so because I invested in eating that way, I actually see the residual in I've got more money to spend because I'm not just randomly buying things because I'm hungry. I'm buying things specifically to feed my body. So I'm investing in my health. When I get up and I go to the gym and I spend $30 to open the account and get it going and getting started, that's my investment. But I intend to continue to go there and use it so that I can get something in return. And what will be a profitable return would be that because my body began to change, that my friends would want to come to the same gym, and the gym will then profit and maybe give me a discount. But in reality, that doesn't happen. Whereas I have the opportunity to show you that when you do show differently and show up healthier and show up feeling better and looking better, that you can earn income because of that. I'm here to tell you it's real. It is true. It happened to me. I'm still on that journey, and you can do it too. So we're going to move right on into why you should invest in your health. I mean, why not just invest in my shoes? I have tons of friends that you could go to their house and the closet is like lined with every heel, the color, the sister of it, the cousin of it, pocketbook, and I have to admit, there was some times when I was coming up, maybe a little bit younger, when I felt like I was having to keep up with the socialite type of life, and what was the going piece of accessory that was being worn or bought at the time, and trying to keep up with that when I know good and well I need to use that income to work on my health or to better my health. But some people actually have to find themselves in a situation where they're going to be in a lot of trouble before they make the decision. So we're going to talk about why you should invest in your health. I know I didn't remind you to get your pen and paper. Go get your pen and paper, and we're going to get started. It's going to be 3 reasons why you should invest in your health. The first one is to fight and to prevent disease. Now, when we say fight, we mean we want to encourage the immune system to be prepared to fight invaders, bacteria, infection, anything that is an antibody that is an antigen that is going to work against the body. We need some sort of protection to prevent disease, which means if you invest in your health today, you can begin fighting and you could begin preventing for future diseases. I mean, blood pressure is a simple one. If we could kind of back off on the salt, if we could at least do a few exercises. And here's the thing, I find that I've got friends that really train and exercise and do, including myself, can work out, come home, eat a bag of candy, and it's not going to show up on my hips. You know, because you find a way to balance it out. But some people obviously don't have that type of discipline and are not able to do so. And that's what we're here for. So, number one, the first thing, to fight and prevent disease. Now, you know, the measles has been becoming an epidemic. The flu was widespread. As a matter of fact, we should have been ending with the flu season, and it continues to persist. The CDC said that it will probably be until April before it subsides. And this is our reality. So at some point, as we begin to age, we have to make sure that our bodies are going to have the immunity that it needs to help us prevent and to fight disease. The second thing would be to maintain a healthy weight. As we continue to age, our body loses the ability to process foods, loses the ability to metabolize, it loses the ability to exchange some of the gases and things in the food, and it becomes more challenging. Especially for individuals who have been labeled diabetic, it's very challenging because they submit to their taste buds and what they feel like they want to. And the truth is, the majority of the things that we eat have sugar. It really doesn't matter. And it's basically sugar in everything. Now, the amounts of sugar, those are probably discussed daily. But nonetheless, a consistent flow of sugar is still too much. Okay, so our last thing to discuss is going to be to get into shape. This is the third thing of why you should invest in your health. To get into shape. What's wrong with that? Who does not want to get into shape? Stop lying. If you're telling me that you don't want to do nothing. Yes, you do, boo-boo. Yes, you do. You want to get into shape. Let me tell you why. You want to get into shape because I know that you're sick and tired of feeling tired all the time. What if you could be free of your cravings? What if you could get better sleep? And what if you could improve the cravings that you have? What if you weren't just exhausted by 3 o'clock? 2:30, 2:30, between 2:30 and 3. You know it's almost time to get off. Your eyelids getting heavy. You just sleepy. You know it's time. And you know what that is. That's because of lunch. And whatever was in lunch, maybe some sugar, you had some sweets, some soda. And I know that you know that all of those things rule your life. You know how I know? Because you got 5 Cokes in your refrigerator right now. What if you could lose some weight? the same weight that you've been trying to lose for years? What if you could finally get rid of some of that belly fat that you had around your stomach that's not going anywhere? You know, the belly fat that goes into the shower before you get in there? Yeah. What if you could finally pay less for your medications because you were able to come off of some of them? I mean, think about it. An investment into your health could only be beneficial to you. It could be beneficial to your family, to your friends, the people that love you, because when you are hurting, they hurt too. A lot of times we don't look at actually some of our ailments and our diseases that have been diagnosed with us are actually hurting our family and people around us way more than us. Because either we would have become numb to the fact that we haven't done anything with our health, or we realize that it's a little bit too late. So those were our 3 reasons for getting into shape. All right, so we're diving right into ways on how we can invest in our health. The first one, get some sleep. Go to bed. Get some quality sleep. I have clients that come in the clinic and say they up 2-3 o'clock. I say, Mama, what are you doing up? Her daughter will probably say she don't want to miss nothing. You see that? 60-some years old, 70 years old, just won't go lay down somewhere. Go get you some sleep. I tell you. Now, if you give me the opportunity, I sleep for me and for you. Best believe that. Don't get it twisted. Your body has to get rest. Sometimes even from mental activity. So this is going to be for every part of your body and varying times. God forbid it happen all at the same time. You just blow up. All right, number 2 is understanding hydration versus just consuming water. Now, water, people just drink, when they feel thirsty. But what if they don't get thirsty? Now, if they don't get thirsty, the body is not going to get the hydration that it needs. So I think that we ought to try to make a conscious effort daily to consume water. Drinking water every day will be a great start. Your body will learn how to use the water, and it does. The challenge is that it is afraid. It doesn't know if it's going to get more water or not. So it's going to either release too much, which will now be dehydration, or it will hold on to it, where now you have edema and you're swollen and your body's holding the water. So there's a difference between just drinking water and then hydration, which again, hydration, we're talking about really making sure that body and skin and all that is in operational tip-top shape. Now, a simple change is to switch to drinking mineral water, purified water, or flavored water. And these little changes can help ensure that you're going to drink the water that you need. Now, if you're an athlete, if you're training, they may want you to drink 1 to 2 gallons of water a day. And I know this to be true because it has happened for me. I was training for a competition, and at one point I would have to be up to about 1 gallon. And I remember having to a point where I was doing 2 or 2.5 gallons, which was a lot of water. But the intense activity that I was doing warranted that. So I sweat a lot, and this had a lot of management that was being done. So that would be the thing to pay attention to how much water the intake is, and then also if an individual has a cardiac condition, has a diabetic condition, we need to pay attention to this, because there's always that ability for fluid to then become trapped in these organs of the body that will be detrimental. Okay, so now we're down to number 3 on the third way to invest in your health. The third way to invest in your health. And this one is really simple. Get educated on your vitamins. First of all, know that vitamins / supplements are always going to be necessary for the growth and the maintenance of your body, whether you like it or not. Now, I know there's plenty of people, but you've got to stop comparing yourself with other individuals, thinking that because they were able to function up to a certain age without taking any multivitamins, because they may have lived a certain lifestyle. They may have done things specifically so that they would be able to benefit from living a healthy lifestyle. That's what you would need to find out. What is this individual's history? For the most part, most healthy individuals, which would mean have no known diagnosis, such as diabetes, high cholesterol, high blood sugar, some abnormalities with your hormones. So you've got thyroid issues, glandular issues, you've got things that are bothering you with your respiratory and your pulmonary functions. All of these things, an individual can honestly, if you are living a healthy lifestyle, which means balancing the foods that you eat, the things that you put into your body. I mean, God forsake, we're not saying, you have to starve or you've got to be on a diet. Diets really kill you, because you're struggling to make it through 1 week to the next on something that someone's decided, should be your punishment, because that's really what it is. Which is why you always think that you're cheating. No, I don't cheat ever. I just eat. I eat whatever I want, and whatever the thing is that I'm eating has got to be good for my body. And I just think about it that way. Now, back to the multivitamins, because I can go on like a runaway train. Back to the multivitamins. My suggestion is to please make sure that you are getting a multivitamin that does not have fillers in it. Too many times, the manufacturers, in their interest of making tons and tons of money by the amount that they can sell, will use fillers. And unfortunately for the American people or population globally, you are now put at risk to ingesting particles and things that are either poisonous or plastics or just not going to be useful for your body in any way, but in fact sit and lay dormantly in your system, waiting for the opportunity to destroy you. When you hear things like cancer, a person in 3rd and 4th stage of cancer, best believe it didn't happen overnight. It's been growing for a long time. So know that your body's going to need vitamins, particularly your vitamin D, your vitamin C's, vitamin E's. Some people need B12 for their energies, depending on, it just depends, and of course you'd have to get your lab work done in order to know what levels you are, so that you can figure out which direction you would go. But your multivitamins, make sure that these don't have fillers. Make sure that they're natural, they're biodegradable. Your body is biodegradable, so therefore you should put only things that are biodegradable. Now here's a test that you can do. Take your pills, drop them in a bottle of water, and see how long it takes for it to dissolve. If it is there for more than an hour, there's a problem. throw out all of the bottles that you've got, because that would mean that you've got the same thing sitting in your body, not being processed and causing other disruptions in your body's system. It doesn't belong there. So pay attention to the multivitamins, even for supplementation. Supplementation, for example, could be protein. That's a supplementation that I use daily to help make sure that I get the amounts that my body needs for me to maintain the muscle mass and the strength that I have. Most people, as they begin to age, because they don't have much muscle mass or begin to lose their muscle mass, tend to think that they have lost weight. Although they have lost weight, the weight is not because of lack of eating or being sick, but losing the mass in the muscle, which has more weight than just the mass alone. The muscle is the basis of the mass. And so there you go. Vitamin D, potassium, magnesium, vitamin C, vitamin E, some B12s, and as we continue to age, maybe some calcium. It just depends. So pay attention to the vitamins that you're using. The multivitamins, you got so many people, like for years, insist that they've been using, a certain multivitamin and think that it has been doing so much for them. And at the time that they're told that there's some form or level of cancer, it becomes a complete surprise, where they didn't realize that for years you've been either, ingesting things that had bits and pieces of poison or particles that were used really for fillers that are now doing damage to your system. People, we've got to wake up. We've got to pay attention. You are the only person responsible. And me, as a nurse and healthcare provider, I see on so many occasions where the patient or client will come and honestly think that the physician is the person responsible for their care. And I have to remind them that it is not so, because God forbid that physician got sucked up a chimney chute. Now, what would you do? So that's what you have. Let's see, we're going to move into, this is common sense. Of course we're going to move into how I can help you invest in your health. Well, how could I forget that? Okay. How I can help you. It's really simple. I can help you by sharing my story with you. I can help you by sharing with you the challenges that I went through and what I did to invest and how I invested. How I invested financially as low as $29, building a multi-billion-dollar legacy for my family. I've now been doing that for 5 years. And then also emotionally, how I invest my time, how I invest my emotions, my energy, my meals, how I invest in everything that I'm going to do to work towards this healthy lifestyle that I've chosen. Now, like I said, I think on my very first podcast, I'm not here to judge. I'm not here to beat you up. I'm not here to, which a lot of people will say, oh my God, Joyce, she's going to kill me. And then we go to the gym and it is nothing of the sort. You see, my background is always in service. I am a nurse. I'm here to serve you. I'm here to serve you not only with my healing, with my knowledge, but also by my actions. Trust me. Seeing is believing. And when you see me, you'll have no choice but to believe. You see me flying around the city, downtown, in a little mint green, inspired by Bell. Yep, that's me. God gave me this car. He sure did, because he knew I was going to be riding down the road. But I'm being silly, but I'm serious at the same time. I honestly just want to let you know. Reach out to me. You're going to send a text. It's going to be hashtag Invest Health to 678-227-4703. You get a call. Please be prepared to answer a few questions, and this is going to help me determine what's going to be the best way to approach your goal to living a healthy lifestyle. I'm going to thank you guys, as always, for tuning in and listening to me. You know why? Because even if you didn't, I'm going to be right here running my mouth. Because I love you. I really, really do. Don't forget, you could be listening anywhere else, but you listened in. I appreciate that. Go to www.inspiredbodybybell.com. Follow me on Instagram at Inspired Body by Bell. Tune in on Beat Break 87 FM on Saturdays from 4 to 5 p.m. for my health, wellness, and fitness. And then if you miss all of that, check me out on Spotify, Health, Wellness, and Fitness with Joyce Bell. Don't forget, everybody deserves to have the body and life they love. Deuces! I want to thank you guys for listening into Health and Wellness and Fitness with Inspired Body by Bell. I'm your host, Joyce Bell. If you missed this segment, please check out our YouTube channel on YouTube, of course, at Inspired Body by Bell, and look for the podcast that we post. Please remember, everybody deserves to have the body and life they love, and I will see you again next Saturday, 4 to 5 p.m.